The world of selling virtual items and character equipment has grown considerably in the past 10 years. Some developers incorporated their own in-game marketplaces, trying to prevent unofficial third parties from exploiting their player base. But across the board, any game that has rare items available to trade will undoubtedly have some kind of aftermarket trading community. Which brings us to today's topic, Roblox, the sand game simulator that has been around for 15 years. The item in question, a simple fedora. And the story, how a $10 item from a kid's video game turned into thousands in cold, hard cash. This is the ROBLOX Fedora. I feel silly saying that so seriously. Roblox was first released in 2006. It was an open-world sandbox which allowed players to create just about anything their hearts desired. However, when things were first getting started, there wasn't much of a community to speak of. It also goes without saying that computers back then were very, very weak. And compared to the modern day, it was much harder to create and publish fully fleshed out games. Despite all of this, people of all ages found the game to be an interactive and fun social hub where one could connect with their friends in real time. The familiar Lego-esque figures and free-to-play model let anyone get started without investing anything other than time and passion. However, that was going to change pretty soon. During the early stages of Roblox, all Robloxians, the characters of the game, wore a Roblox t-shirt and swamp green pants. Everyone wore the same thing. The only way you could tell people apart was from their nickname above their head. However, in 2007, Roblox released t-shirts and the ability to customize your character's colors. T-shirts were the first actual customization option to characters other than the simple recoloring. Players could design the t-shirt in any way they wanted, adding actual images or simply uploading unique art to display on the shirt. The addition of t-shirts led directly to the creation of an entire economic ecosystem within the game, the Avatar Shop. The Avatar Shop is the marketplace for all your character's needs. Robloxians are able to buy clothes from certified Roblox employees and contributors. Players were also able to upload their own creations and have it reviewed by a board in the hopes of seeing their own work available for purchase for other users to wear. All wearable items were purchased with Roblox points, which were eventually renamed to ROBUX. As the game was developing, the team behind Roblox made a blog post, which pitched the idea of redesigning the default Roblox avatar so that they could incorporate hair into the game. However, this idea was scrapped pretty quickly due to community backlash. But there was one idea presented in the blog post that caught people's attention: a hat. A few weeks after the original blog post, on May 23, 2007, the game's former creative director, Don Shedletsky, showed a sneak peek of a Robloxian picking up and wearing several different hats. Several hats were shown in the teaser, including other iconic hats like the red and blue baseball caps, the classic Viking helmet, and who could forget the purple banded top hat. Shortly after, on May 30th, the first hats were released to the public. Most of the hats shown in the teaser were available for purchase, but there was one hat in particular, a hat that was a huge trend amongst celebrities but faded away within the last decade. A classic, limited edition ROBLOX Fedora.
You couldn't even wear a fedora if your life's depended on it, because you know what? It's class, and class is for men and swag is for boys, but you wouldn't know shit about that.
Today, the innocent hat has been all but memed to death, and few but the gentlemanliest of neckbeards dare leave their house with a fedora on their head. However, the early 2010s were a different time, and we can only assume that fedoras were fashionable and actually socially accepted back then. For this reason, the fedora was included as one of the first pieces of wearable headgear in the Roblox universe. Originally priced at 1,000 Robux and eventually dropping to 900 Robux, the fedora was one of the most prized and sought-after items in the game, especially since there were only 6,000 originally available in stock. First, you're probably wondering, how much is 1,000 Robux in real-world money? For that, let's take a quick lesson in economics. Today, $10 USD is equal to approximately 800 Robux. This means that if the fedora were to go on sale today, it would cost around $11. However, things were a little bit different in 2007. Back in the day, Robux, then called Roblox points, couldn't be purchased with real money. To earn Roblox points, one had to play minigames or collect a daily login bonus. It was a long, monotonous process. To put things into perspective, the richest Robloxian in May 2007 was a player named Miked, who had exactly 3,245 Roblox points in their inventory. Today, that amount is worth only $44 USD, but at the time, it was the amalgamation of a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, I remember like I always wanted to get a Fedora, but I could never afford it because they were all really expensive and I never had enough Robux until way later on to afford it. I remember when it was out, originally it was 900 Robux, but at that time 900 Robux was a lot more than it is now. So it was like a pretty exclusive item.
However, things would change on May 14th, 2007, when Roblox points were split up into two separate currencies, Robux and Tix. Robux, as we all know, is the real-world currency of Roblox, while Tix essentially replaced Roblox points as the free currency. Earned by playing minigames or visiting other players' houses, enterprising individuals saw an opportunity to accrue more than their fair share of Tix by botting and exploiting the free-to-earn system. This played perfectly into 2008, when ROBLOX was announced, a user-to-user currency exchange system which converted Robux to Tix and vice versa. Needless to say, the Roblox economy was crashed by botters pretty quickly, and the cash value of Robux took a nosedive. For this reason, over the next few years, rare and otherwise unattainable items like the Fedora did not go up in value. Heck, some players sold their hats for less than they originally paid. As time passed and Roblox entered the mainstream, Robux started to rebound, and the club of Fedora owners became more exclusive. Towards the end of 2012, Roblox introduced a user-to-user trading system in the game, and pretty quickly, the aftermarket price of the Fedora began to grow. The trading system was a new way for users to trade their cosmetics directly without the use of the avatar shop. However, the trading system came with a catch. Players were forced to pay a transaction fee of 30% directly back to Roblox. This tax was applied to the avatar shop as well, and justification for the new system was to, quote, regulate the Robux that came into the economy. Needless to say, a 30% tax did not sit well with people, and in order to bypass the fee, Robloxians started using in-game items as virtual assets. Instead of paying directly with Robux, traders would have a list of items that were worth a set amount. Since there was no way to tax items that had no real-world value, traders wouldn't need to pay that 30% fee. One of the items that became a staple of trading was the classic Roblox Fedora, being dubbed a chase item by the same dev who brought hats to Roblox originally. Also, quick little fun fact, 2012 is the year that the Milady meme was born, so you already know what kind of costume Robloxians were wanting to cook up. Anyhow, the Fedora became a staple of the Roblox community. It was a wanted item by many collectors, and its price reflected that. For the duration of 2012 to 2019, the hat fluctuated between 30 and 60,000 Robux. This was around 45 times more than what it originally sold for. Though most of Roblox's content is user-generated, there have been some cases of uploaded items looking very similar to other limited items. So things like replica fedoras rose quickly in price because, hey, it looks pretty much the same. And if counterfeit hats are flooding the market, the value of the original Fedora went down proportionally. And in March of 2020, when the COVID pandemic started to shut everything down, in the world of Roblox, there was no crash at all. Instead, players saw some of the fastest growth in the market ever seen.
There was like a big inflation around the end of March. I don't exactly know why it happened. It was just kind of random. I don't think anyone really knew what was going on or why that happened. But yeah, a lot of items just randomly peaked around March and April.
Suddenly, the Fedora was the hat in Roblox. In the wake of the lockdown, the Fedora had an aftermarket price of 100,000 Robux by the end of 2020, but it was just getting started. At the beginning of 2021, the Fedora took another huge jump, one of the biggest the marketplace had ever seen. After all those years of hovering around 30 to 60,000, by March of 2021, the ROBLOX Fedora was worth a whopping 300,000 Robux, worth well over 300 times its original value. The classic Fedora was now one of the most wanted hats in Roblox, and players would do just about anything to get their hands on one. Roblox has been hit with multiple controversies surrounding the exploitation of young developers by not paying them enough, inaction when it comes to the harassment of younger players, and the Roblox platform being used to recreate events like shootings. Needless to say, none of these are a good look. At the time of this video, the value of the Fedora has dropped to 150,000 Robux, which is still $1,750 USD and a pretty good payday. Who knows where the economy of the game might end up? If Roblox keeps getting hit with legal suits, the future of the avatar shop might start to drop. Would you rock a sweet Roblox Fedora IRL? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This video is made possible thanks to our wonderful patrons. Massive thank you to everyone on this list, and shout out to Jason B, Brendan QB, David Foxy Iron, Lyra Mauve, Sierra Shampoo, Weeaboo Spartacus, and Yashichi for being platinum supporters. And an extra special shout out to Steven, Noodles, Marco, Andy, and Orioriol for being diamond supporters. We'd also like to extend an extra special shout out to Fool from the Art of Warfare for being our Grandmaster supporter. Your continued support is much appreciated. If you also want to support our channel and unlock perks, check out the Patreon link in the description below or join our Discord server. If you want to help us out in a different way, leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell to stay up to date is also appreciated. My name is Jonah, thanks for watching.